Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here. Welcome to my shed. Recently cleaned this shed out and built a workbench in here so I've got somewhere to tinker with things this winter. Hopefully between tinkering with things in the shed and doing a little hunting and fishing, wandering around, I'll stave off insanity for this winter. Smoking this Peterson Sherlock Holmes pipe. It was from Pipes and Kayaks, Brad. And I've had a little trouble finding a blend that I liked smoking in this pipe. The pipe is awesome. I've wanted one of these ever since I saw an ad for it in, I think it was Pipes and Tobaccos magazine, a long time ago. The shape really appeals to me. But it's a little bit picky about what it likes to smoke. However, it just so happens that my old standby, McClelland Bombay Court, sings in this pipe. So I probably won't ever smoke anything else in it. I think this pipe and Bombay Court will be wedded from now on. Yeah, smoke's great. So I received a package from Ned Mudd. And I've had it for, I don't know, maybe 4 days. And I've had it open since then. This is attempt number 3 to make a video, and I think we're going to pull it off this time. The first couple of videos there was continuous dog barking, and that just doesn't make for good videos, so hopefully they'll be quiet during this one. And otherwise, I haven't been home in the daytime, so I'm rapidly losing light right now. I think this is the longest night of the year. Christmas is coming up, and there was a Christmas card in the package from Ned and Miss Wendy, which is pretty cool. Kind of made me smile. And first thing I saw when I opened it up was a big old box of moon pies. I never see these where I live in northern Wisconsin, and I don't think I've found any since I've been here in Kansas either. Moon pie has always been one of my favorites, and since I've had this box open for a number of days, I have devastated this box of moon pies. Also, some nice coffee. And I'm, in fact, out of coffee, so perfect timing. And we share a fondness for a poet, author poet, and I hadn't acquired this book yet, so they sent it to me. And I had no idea this was such a thick book either. I haven't seen it yet. I've been getting into it a little bit. And yeah, Jim Harrison is just one of my all-time favorites, and that's a very thoughtful gift. I appreciate that. Tobacco also was included, as well as a tamper. Now, since I'm in my shed, I think this is just going to sit right on my workbench, probably from till I go home anyway. So, this is I've got a poker pipe that's got a couple of poker pipes that are just wide open, and this is like I can see this being perfect for those. And let's see, Says in the note that there's a open pouch of Clan, which I smoke about a pouch of this a year, and usually get it from some friends in France. But I'm not home this year, and I don't know if they sent any, so I will happily smoke that. I'm good for about 1, maybe 2 pouches of Clan a year. And I believe it was the Peachies that commented that they figured it was marzipan flavored. I could be wrong about that, but I believe it was them that said that. And I think that might be right. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. I think it's lovely stuff. About 1 or 2 pouches of it a year. It's lovely. So I appreciate that. It's funny, it's always kind of a Christmas time thing for me, so that works out perfectly. And a tin of Orlik Golden Sliced, 2-year-old tin. I'm a fan of Orlik Golden Sliced, quite a fan. There's a handful of samples of tobacco here too that I'm working my way through and enjoying. And then I think this, for me, the star of the show is the Moon Pies, of course, but the Jim Harrison book and the pouch of Reaver Plug. I like it all, but those 2 things in particular are awesome. I mentioned in another video not that long ago that I'd be pretty happy with just a handful of tobaccos, and for some reason, probably because I was almost out of it, I forgot to mention this one. This one should definitely be on the list of Desert Island tobaccos or apocalypse tobaccos for me. Reaver Plug. It's got quite a long, interesting history, and it's just a damn good smoke. And I am out of it. So I have opened this pouch. As I was squirrel hunting the other day, I took 2 pipes with me, and I had just enough of my Reaver Plug that I had before left for 1 bowl, and I cut a little bit off of this one. Look how black and oily that is. Just gorgeous. So I had a pouch of the old and a bowl of the old and a bowl of the new, and I puffed on those for about 5 hours. That's one of the things about this tobacco, or any plug. Typically smoke it for a long time, and very much appreciate the package. And these samples are going to sit here on my workbench because I will be burning through them while I'm out here tinkering on things. And I'm sure that book will provide many hours of interest and enjoyment. And I'm probably good for putting on about 2 pounds of weight eating these suckers. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see if this one fits in here too. It does. So I've been following old Ned Mudd, or as I think of him, Old Mud on the Mountain, through several channels and name changes on Instagram and YouTube both. I always found him to be a thoughtful and interesting guy. And he's one of those people I kind of feel like we're sort of on parallel paths in a way, like where we're headed to, you know. But interesting guy. show you around the shop just a little bit here. I haven't got everything organized yet. But the most important part of it is present, and that is the workbench. It's already all covered in stuff. And it was, except for 2 2x4s, it was all built out of scrap wood that came from other projects. There's my toolbox I brought with me from Wisconsin. It just makes me happy to see that sitting there. I got 2 of these Craftsman toolboxes that I keep filled with different kinds of tools. And I put in there what I thought I would need for this winter. There's a lot of stuff in there. And I got my plumb broad hatchet. Stuff that just makes me happy to see it. And I didn't bring the draw knife with me because I had this one stored in a box of stuff at my parents' place. This is an old one that I found on a homestead years ago, and what I'm working on right now is I just kind of straightened both of these out. They were pretty bent. Heated them up and straightened them out. Now I'm working on getting it cleaned up and making a set of handles for it and sharpening it, and then I'll do some carving on some Osage orange. So that's what I'm up to, and you can probably expect a few videos from the shop here, the shed. Not that I'm going to become timber drifter of the shed or anything. I think Drew's got that one pinned down, but all right. Thanks, Ned, Mud, Miss Wendy. I appreciate it very much. Y'all take care. Go outside or go in a shed or something.